Today I am doing a tag. This is an original tag that was created by my really good friend Abby. Her channel is Abby Salter. I will leave all her information and the original tag below for you guys. This is her popular opinions book tag, which I think is super fun. It's like a play on the unpopular opinions book tag, which I also love, but like flipped on its head to make it more positive and just gushing about some of our favorite books that just happen to be really popular. Because I feel like sometimes there is this stigma that like if you love the hyped books or the popular books that you're fake, or that you're faking it, or like you're just doing it because everybody else does. And that's not necessarily true. Sometimes books are just really popular and really hyped up for good reason, because they're good. Like, a lot of books just get a lot of love because they're good, and that's not a bad thing. Like, I love a lot of underrated books too, but I love a lot of the really popular fantasy books as well, and that's just how I am, and it's just what I like to read, and I'm just gonna keep reading popular books and underhyped books and whatever stands out to me. So let's jump into the tag. The first question is a popular book or series that you also love. Look, Stormlight Archives. They're so hyped. They're so popular. Literally everybody that reads adult fantasy talks about the Stormlight Archives for good reason. It's freaking fantastic. I'm through first one and I'm through the second one, and I'm going to be reading Oathbringer and Rhythm of War this year, and I just absolutely love this series. And if it wasn't for like reading along with the crab along that I'm doing, that I'm co-hosting with Books Before Death, I would probably have gotten to Oathbringer already, because I really want to get to it, but I really want to read it for the first time with like the group. So yeah, I'm excited. But yeah, Stormlight is just so good, and it's hyped for a reason. Next, we actually have an underhyped book or series that you love and wish was more popular. And that is Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. I did a full review for this book. You can check it out. I absolutely love this. This is a YA fantasy that's very heavy on like the political intrigue, and I just absolutely adored it. I loved the themes that were in this about how sometimes when a new regime takes over that's supposed to be like revolutionary and better for the people and this and that, but really is it? Like, we've got these themes of maybe it's just the same as it always was, just repackaged. Like, and I love that. It's like, is the new regime actually good? Is it actually for the people, or is it just the same crap wrapped up in different paper? So I love this book. I definitely think this is one to pick up, especially because book 2 is coming out really soon. Aha. Number 3 is romance, love triangle, or just a regular romance that you love. There's a lot of romances that I love, but I took this question and kind of went with it specifically on the love triangle aspect, even though I don't really like love triangles. But there is one that I think is the perfectly done love triangle, and that is in the 5th season, because it is a true love triangle. It is a polyamorous relationship with 2 men and a woman that works and is healthy and is great and everyone's happy. So that is like literally what I want to see more of, and this is what I think of when I think of love triangle, because you know, all the lines connect, right? In the others it's more like a love V, because the lines don't connect. It's not like they're not all together. In this, they're all together, and it's just, it works, and I love it, and I want to see it more. All right, the next question is in 2 parts. The first is your favorite genre, and for me that's fantasy. I read YA and adult fantasy. I love it. I eat it up. To me, that is my absolute favorite. I can read others, but like I'm not a big fan of like contemporaries. I do like some classics, but fantasy. Like, I love magic and fantastical elements and, you know, magical creatures and dragons and mermaids and pirates, and I just love to escape into like a magical fantasy world. Like, that's just what I want to read about. Part 2 of this question is a popular genre that you want to read more of, and that for me is going to be sci-fi. I started kind of reading more sci-fi last year and really have enjoyed it. Like, I really liked Born by Jeff Vandermeer, which is like weird sci-fi. And I just read Red Rising, which was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was okay. But I liked like the space sci-fi aspects of it. And I'm excited to read more sci-fi. Like, there's a bunch that I have that I've picked up that I really want to read. I loved like The Space Between Worlds last year. And then I read Dark Matter, which was really good, like sci-fi thriller-esque. And yeah, I want to read more sci-fi. The next question is a popular or beloved character that you love, or a character that you think deserves more love. I'm gonna go with an unpopular opinion and go with Ren from the Poppy War. She pretty much is an unlikable protagonist, but I just love her so much. Like, I love her stupid ass self and I want to see her succeed. No matter what she's doing, if she's making stupid decisions, I still want to see her win. Like, I still want to see her succeed because I feel like she really, for most of this story, believes what she's doing is right and good for the people and what needs to happen. Even if her methodology is really not the best and kind of stupid, and she gets, you know, led on and she lets into her anger and she kind of lets go of her self-control sometimes, I still root for her the entire time, even when she's making bad decisions. And I think that's like a mark of like really loving a story, is like, I know you're messing up, but I still want you to win, even if you're not the best person. Like, come on now. So definitely Rin from Poppy War. Love her. The next question is an auto by author, and if you can't tell from these top shelves here or this shelf, I have two, and that would be Brandon Sanderson and N.K. Jemisin. Like, those are two definite auto by authors. Also, V.E. Schwab is right on up there. Like, those three are probably my top 3 authors of all time, and I will buy anything that any of them put out. I know Sanderson puts out like a book a year. Like, he's a writing machine, and Jemisin, just everything she does is fantastic. I absolutely love V.E. Schwab's writing. I read like 10 of her books last year in 1 month, and that was an experience, y'all. It was a good experience. So yeah, those are my like really top auto by authors. The next question is a popular trope that you love reading about, and oh my god, there's a few. I really like the mentor trope. I really love like seeing that like old wise mentor like teach the younger generation. Like, I really enjoy that, especially when like the mentor is kind of aloof and silly until they're not, and you're like, oh, we thought you were just kind of crazy, but really you're fantastically strong. So I like that. I also love, and I don't think it's as popular, but I love when a girl has to disguise herself as a boy for some reason. Like, I call it the Mulan trope, because that's what we've been conditioned to think as Disney fans. But it's in some of my favorite books, like The Crown of Feathers. So I definitely love that trope specifically. And then I love an animal companion. Like, if there's a cute animal companion, like, I love it. I love the animals, and there's animals in a lot of my favorite books. Like, whether it be cute little fluffy animals like in The Bone Shard Daughter, or dragons like in Fireborn. I just love them. I love magical creatures. The next one is a popular series you're excited to read. And this kind of goes along with my answer of wanting to read more sci-fi, and that is A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I picked this up to do as a buddy read earlier this year, and I didn't get to it. But I'm still very, very excited to get to this. This is book 1 in the Wayfarer series, and it's kind of like an interconnected series that's not like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very much like following different perspectives, I believe. So that's kind of cool. Like, it's interconnected and you should read them in order, but it's not like cliffhanger, next part of the book, if I understand it correctly. So I'm really excited to get to this, and it checks that box of more sci-fi. All right, the last question is a popular book plus film where you loved both adaptations, so book and movie. The Hunger Games. I absolutely love the books and I loved the movies because they were pretty similar, and even in their differences it made sense, because you have to change things for the screen for it to work in movie format. So wasn't mad about that. Absolutely loved the movie and the book of The Hunger Games, and I actually need to reread because it's been a really long time. But I don't know if there's any others that I can really say that for. Obviously I really liked the Harry Potter books and movies, like they were my childhood. But I feel like that is like, does not need to be said. Like, that just is. So this is kind of like a cheat, but I'm hoping to love the Wheel of Time adaptation because I liked the first 2 books that I've read so far. So like, I'm hoping that I love both the book and adaptation. Like, I'm excited because I'm excited. But I can't say because like obviously the show's not out, but I'm like, I'm hyped for it, I'm ready for it, like I need it. So yeah, that's one that I'm just like ready for. All right, now it is my turn to tag some people, and y'all, I'm the worst at tagging people, so like I'm just gonna look at a list. Like, I'm literally the worst at tagging people. So if you want to do this, that's fantastic. A couple people that I think would be really, really cool that I would love to see. Eric at Break Even Books, like I would love to see your answers for this because I know you read a lot of the same like kind of popular books. Kayla, I know, is back on YouTube, and I would love to see your answers too, since you are kind of back from your move and got everything settled in, and I've been super excited to like see your face around again. So let's start it out with a tag. A plot twist with Jessie, because we share a name, and not only a name, we share a spelling, which is pretty rare for the name Jessie to be Jessi. So I love that. And Sphinx Reads, I absolutely adore him. So he is doing the crab along with us. You tagged, do this tag, so much fun. And yeah, anybody else that wants to, because I keep like, I'm like, oh, this person, like we're gonna have like a 30-minute video of me just being like, read these books and see these people, and I love everybody, so it's gonna get a little out of control. So I hope you enjoyed this tag. I had fun doing it, and let me know if you've done it, and I want to watch them too. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. My name's Jessie, and I'll see you next time. Bye.